Welcome to It Is What It Is, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Sha Marie. Hey, y'all. I know I was missing, but it's because I did good work. I dove so deep into this that I am legitly still having nightmares, and probably one of the scariest cases. It's not even scary because it's like, ooh, ah, boom, scary. It's mortifying. And especially as a mom, and especially a mom of beautiful, and I'm not being cocky, but my children are gorgeous daughters, and one almost being the same age as the little girl I'm going to tell you about. And the fact that I work at the store where okay, so I'm going to tell you guys the story of Cherish Perrywinkle. She is was a beautiful, gorgeous little girl, guys. I'm not even kidding you. When I put her pictures up, just her beautiful face will bring tears to your eyes. Like, she is beautiful. I'm going to tell you the story of her murder and abduction. And then a little bit of the family back history on both the trash bag piece of human garbage that took her, and also on her mother's and her family. Now her father they lived in Florida, and she lived with her mom. Her mom is originally from Australia. Love their accents. So originally from Australia, she comes to the US and changes her name, and she abandons a daughter in Australia, a little girl. And she was very young, and she didn't mind that her mother left. According to her, she is like, lady ain't so great. So she didn't really care. Well, she cared, but you know what I mean. And so she abandoned her and moved on to the US and moved to Florida. When she gets to Florida, she has 3 more children. She has Cherish, Destiny, and Avea. And I love those names, by the way. I have a cousin named Destiny. Love it. And a niece named Avea. Gorgeous name. And Cherish is just a gorgeous, gorgeous name. So these 4 ladies were out shopping. Her mother's boyfriend had given her mother $100. And that money was to get, because Cherish was originally supposed to go the next day on June 22nd of 2013. She's supposed to fly to California to be with her dad for the summer. And so her mom has the $100. She's going to get a nice outfit or something. She has some other random ass household items that she needs to grab. So she goes to the Dollar General down in Florida. And when they get there, they're shopping. Obviously, they get their things. And while they're shopping, some old, disgusting white guy comes in, and he's like, and I'm not saying disgusting because he looks dirty. He's just human trash. So he comes in and he's like, do you guys sell porn at the Dollar General? Or the Family Dollar or whatever it is. And the store clerk's like, no. And by the way, if you can buy porn for $1, I don't want to know what it looks like. Anywho, so they are shopping. He asks his question, and then he hovers. This disgusting old man, he hovers around the store. He leaves the store. Meanwhile, he goes outside And he sits outside for a good 20 minutes. And he watched them when he was in there. So he realized, he knows that she could not afford to buy the $7 dress or whatever she was looking at, because she still needed to have the money to take Cherish to the airport. So she didn't buy the dress. They leave the store and he's like, "Oh, I see you got your hands full there. Got some youngsters at home myself." And she's like, "Okay." And he's like, "I saw you couldn't buy that dress. You mind me buying it for you? Like, I can get it for you." And this is a mom, dude. She's down. She's hard times. So she's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." He gets it, from what I understand. And then first there's some motions out, and they're playing in the, it starts raining, we're playing in the rain in the parking lot and all this jazz. And this dicklick Donald Smith is like, "Hey, my wife has a $150 gift card to the Walmart. If you want, we can go there. We'll meet up with my wife." Well, they were meant to meet up at the Dollar General. Sorry. They were going to meet up at the Dollar General and go spend the $150 gift card at the Walmart. And he drove from the south side of Florida to the north side, okay? It's a drive. And from what I understand, it's like 20, 30 minutes. Or I don't know. It's out of his way. I'm not sure on like the distance of Florida. And so he is out of his own turf. So he's taking them to a Walmart on that side of town. And they're like, I don't know, they're chilling, they're talking or whatever. And finally, Trash Bag is like, "Hey, you don't have to accept my help. I'm just trying to be nice and help you." And so her mom is like, "Oh my God, I now feel like an ass because this old trash bag is just trying to help me." "Okay, fine. Where's your wife?" And they wait and they wait and they wait and they wait. And then finally he's like, "Hey, check it out. It'll be so much faster if we meet my wife at Walmart. And we'll meet her there. She drives a gold car. Everything will be hunky-dory. We'll meet her. We'll get the gift card. It'll be fine." And her mom, give her the benefit of the doubt, she did think about it. She's like, "Yeah, okay. Everybody jump in." And when they get in the van, the middle seat of it's a big, yep, I'm not going to use that term on here. I'll get banned for sure. Shit, I call them Mormon vans. I can say that. Mormon, like the big, huge daycare vans. There we go. That fit 20 dang children in it. So he has one of them. And the middle seat is taken out. The kids get in the back of the van. They buckle in. And mom starts talking to him. And they're talking about church and what he does. And there's that awkward minute where she's like, "Just so you know, when you first, started interacting with us, I was scared of you. I was like, oh, this dude's scary as shit." And he looks her dead in the eyes and he's like, "Lady, you're safe. Like, you're safe. My name's Dawn. Here's my driver's license. Take a gander." And so when they get to the Walmart, they wait outside a little bit. And her kids are like, "I am sick of being cooped up in this van, lady." Like, they're getting very tired. It's getting late. And so they're like, okay, he's like, "Okay, you guys go in and I'll wait for my wife. When she gets here, we'll come in, we'll meet up, everybody will be friends." So they go in, they grab their car, and they go walk into the shoes and the clothes, and her mom's making little piles. You have Destiny's pile, Avea's pile, Cherish's pile, and we have shoes and stuff, and it's like 2 hours And the only thing trash bag puts in the cart is a thing of rope. And so he starts talking with his hand because the children are, again, being children and getting antsy and they're hungry. It is late. Walmart is closing. They close at 11, which they do that here. So he's like doing a motion with his hand and he's telling her mom, I'm going to get burgers. What do you want? And sweet little Cherish comes up and she's like, Mom, this dude has $150 gift card. Like, what do you want? What do you want? And so her mom's like, cheeseburgers. Well, then the intercom peaks again and they do the Walmart is closing in however many minutes, blah, 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 blah. And her mom looks up and she goes, what? Okay. And so she starts walking. And as she is walking, she cannot find her daughter. Oh, yeah. I just said that. So I'm going to play you her 911 call, and then we'll go on from there.
Been taken. What do you mean? Taken by a stranger. I can't find her. Okay, ma'am, how old is... And you say you had the Walmart on Lim Turner?
Oh, they bleeped it out. They asked because it's a news thing. Her 8 years old.
Walmart. I met a man today at Dollar General. He saw that I was struggling to buy them some clothes. He drove us here to buy us some clothes, and the only reason I went with him because she said his wife was going to be here. And I told him I don't take rides with strangers. Okay, ma'am. What's...
And of course, they bleeped out again because she's still a kid.
And her last name? Can you spell that for me, please? And is she a white female, black female? Excuse me? Is she a white or black female? What color shirt? I don't remember what clothes she's wearing because I'm panicking right now. I'm trying not to panic. Okay, and she was last seen with this man? Yes. He said he was going to McDonald's and he hasn't been there because the store is closed right now. Okay, is he a white man or a black man? A white man. He's got white short hair and he's got dark eyebrows. You said dark short hair? No, he's got white hair and dark eyebrows. I had a strange feeling about him when I first met him, and he took her to the dressing room twice, and I was hoping that she would be okay. And I was looking at the shoes, and I didn't want him to think that I was overly protective, freaking out. But now they're not here, and I find it very odd because he knew that. Oh, okay, ma'am. What color vehicle does he drive? It's a white van. Do you remember any stickers or anything on the side of the van? Anything that you can remember at all? Did it have tinted windows or anything? I know he's got carpet in the van. I didn't take a good look. Sorry. And he said what? I didn't take a good look at the van. Okay, do you remember did you see any tag on it or anything? Was it a Florida tag? No, I didn't look at that. I feel like a fool. Can you remember what he had on? No, I don't remember anything because I'm panicking right now. Okay, ma'am, what's your name? My name's... He said his name is Dawn. He said he was supposed to meet his wife here, and his wife never showed up, and I couldn't figure out why. His wife didn't even show up at Dollar General. And he told you that y'all were going to meet his wife at the Walmart? Yes. First, she was supposed to show up at Dollar General, and then he was going to meet with her at Walmart. And we've been here probably 2 hours. and she didn't show up, and I had this cart full of clothes that he said he was going to pay for with a $100 gift card, and I had a bad feeling. I thought, well, I feel like pinching myself because this is too good to be true. So I got to the checkout. He's not here. He isn't here. Now, I'm hoping he's not raping her right now because I've had that done to me. It's not fun. Please. She's supposed to go to California in the morning on a plane. And he knows, as I told him this, he knew when the store was closing. I had a bad feeling about him.
Okay, how long have you been looking for him? When was the last time you saw him? How long ago?
About half an hour ago.
So you've been looking for her for a half an hour?
Yes. There's nobody in the store. And he knew the store was closing. He said he was going to McDonald's. She went with him. I should have told her to stay with me.
He was going to the McDonald's inside the store?
Yes, there's a McDonald's inside the store. He wasn't here. Well, somebody said they saw him, but he's not here. He should have had the nerve to stand here and wait. He must know that I'm panicking by now.
Okay, ma'am, where are you in the store now? Are you outside or where?
No, I'm in the front of the store. I think I need to hang up because...
No, ma'am. Are you a white female, black female? Shirt do you have on?
5'8".
What color shirt do you have on?
I have on a short black polka dot dress. It's brown flip-flop sandals. I have long red hair.
And you're right in front of the store?
Excuse me?
Who are you talking to?
A Walmart employee. They're talking to my girls because they haven't had anything to eat.
What you say, ma'am?
They haven't had anything to eat, so the Walmart employee was talking to my girls.
Talking to your who?
My girls.
Okay, you have more kids with you?
Yes, I have two. My other one, I think he took her.
Okay, ma'am, you think she's been taken? You say you have other kids with you?
Yes, I do. He was giving too much attention. He wanted her to buy these really tall shoes that were women's shoes, and I told him no. I said they're too high for her. I wouldn't even wear shoes that high. Maybe he was grooming her. I hope to God he doesn't kill her, and I hope to God he doesn't rape her.
Okay, and when did you meet him today?
I met him at Dollar General in Edgewood. I was struggling with my money to buy the girls some clothes, and he saw that what I was doing, and he waited for us outside the store. And he said that he was waiting on his wife to show up. And so I waited around to meet her, and she didn't show up. And then he said he was going to give us a ride over here to Walmart. And then we waited in the parking lot for maybe 20 minutes for her to show up. She didn't show up. So we all went into the store. We've been here about 2 hours. And she didn't show up. And I don't understand why he would leave right now unless he's got to rape her and kill her. That's the only reason. And I'm wasting my time standing here.
You're not wasting your time, ma'am. We have officers on their way to you.
I can't remember where he... I need to sit down and be calm and close my eyes and try to remember what he's wearing.
Okay, ma'am, just stay in front of the store and just try to think about what she's wearing and what he's wearing. So when the officers get there, you can tell them, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, can you think of anything else about the van or anything?
It had a line around the van as if it were maybe a metal, not a sticker that maybe, I don't know how to explain.
Like a pinstripe? You remember what color the line was?
I think it was dark, maybe like a silver.
and it had a big space in the middle of the van where he had taken out a couple of seats, and he put my stroller in there, or I put the stroller in there. I don't want him to kill her. Or want to be one of those parents that are going through this. I feel responsible because I told him when I first met him that I was a little bit scared of him because I thought he was waiting to rob us outside the Dollar General because he was just staying there. And he said, well, if you really want that dress, then I'll go get it for her. I should have told him no. My girls need clothes so bad. Why I let him do it, but I'm so sorry. These ladies have to put all the clothes back in the store. Can you remember anything else about him? Whenever you were talking to him, did he sound funny, like he had an accent or anything? Or he said he works for Habijacks. He said he worked for Habijacks? Yes. Did he say where they lived? No, I don't remember that. He said his wife is from the Virgin Islands. We had a little chat in the van on the way over. And did he say he lived on that side of town or anything? He said he didn't know this part of town. He wasn't sure about this part of town. Oh, gosh. He knows the store is closed. He knows McDonald's is closed. Why in the world would he take... You don't see the van in the parking lot or anything where y'all left it? Well, have you been outside to the parking lot? I went outside the door, but I don't think I see the van. Let's see. Yeah, he took her. He took her away. Okay, who are you speaking with, ma'am? I'm speaking to a Walmart employee. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you outside now, ma'am? Yeah, there's two police officers out here, two police cars. Okay, go ahead. Speak with all.
So, there's the 911 call. All 11 minutes of it. So, 5 hours goes by. You heard that right. It is now June 22nd. And they put out the Amber Alert. And that it's a white van, old trash bag guy, sweet, adorable little baby girl named Cherish. So, mother and daughter are driving down the road and they see a white van. And they're like, oh, damn, that's weird. And then they get home and grandma inside is, once they come in the house, of course, she's like, oh yeah, did you hear there's a missing little girl that got taken from Walmart in a white van? They fucking bolted from their house. No shoes on. They drive back to where they saw that van. That van is gone. But they're screaming, Cherish, Cherish. Nothing. Another lady had seen the white van and then heard about the Amber Alert. Goes back. She is now helping mother and daughter. And I think there was another person there, but she's helping everybody look as well. They cannot find her. Meanwhile, this officer is reporting to a car accident. And she sees a fucking white van. So she follows him and she radios for backup. And this officer who has a canine companion that goes with him, get radioed in. And they are closest to the area. And so everybody now knows that we have an Amber Alert going on. There's a missing girl. We have a missing child. And so they pull him out and they do a felony stop. And when you do a felony stop, that's when they get on the thingy and they're like, put your fucking hands out the window. Open the door. Get out. Follow me. Come to my voice. Walk back, down, hands, whatever. So he goes up to him and he starts patting trash bag down. And when he gets down to his waist, he is soaking wet. So he screams to the female officer, "She's in the water!" And trash bag damn near breaks his fucking neck. He snaps it back so fast. Like, what did you just say? You know? Oh, fool, you know. So, obviously, he is detained and taken to the police station. This officer goes to the church where his van was spotted. And he gets out and he says, "Where's the water? Take me to the water." And they're everybody starts freaking out and they're like, "Oh my God, over here. Wah!" So they're going. Well, when they got there, they found sweet little Cherish dead underneath a branch in the water. And they took evidence from her body right then and there. They took some swabs around her neck because her neck was red and bruised. And so they took swabs from her neck and then they moved the bush off of the tree off of her little 8-year-old body and take her back to the morgue. And obviously we inform Mom. Mom informs Dad that summer vacation is not summer vacation anymore. And so fast forward and we go to trial, and I literally watched the whole thing. Thank God for YouTube. And I am thankful they did not show the autopsy photos on the internet, because what he did to her is insane. So when you're little as an 8-year-old, your girl part and your rear end, there's a nice big distance in between those two. And so he viciously raped her so bad that this little girl was destroyed. There wasn't even a finger's length in between her vagina and her rectum. Not even a finger space. He violently sodomized her, raped her, made her suck on his penis so hard that he had a bruise on the tip of his dick. There was semen found in her mouth, in her vagina, but the majority of the semen was collected from her rectum. She had a hickey on her right or left breast from where he had sucked on her breast so hard. She's 8 years old. So obviously he's found guilty and given the death sentence, because obviously if you don't do that, I mean, if what I just told you doesn't mean someone deserves to die, it's just insane. So while they do this whole court thing, and we watch all of it, I watch all of it, the shit they come up with to defend you. Okay, so he did not just go in there and say, hey, I'm guilty because I'm a trash bag human being. No. This trash went in there and said not guilty and made this mother go through looking at autopsy photos. Made a 12-man jury of his peers look at these autopsy photos of this little girl. And she was so brutally raped that you could see the damage done to her without them having to spread open her legs. So they literally went through picture by picture, and they also had to see them spread the legs of this little 8-year-old girl and see those photographs. And this trash bag smirks. Human trash. And they're like, well, he was on coke. He had a coke binge and he was labeled. This man was labeled a highly dangerous sexual predator. At one point in time in his past, he scarred a 13-year-old girl, mentally fucking scarred her for life. One Sunday day, she gets out of church and she says, hey, I'm going to go play with my friend. And so she's walking to her friend's house. A creepy old guy pulls up next to her in a van and says, hey, do you know where Cindy Lou Who lives? And she says, no, I don't. And continues on her journey. He says to get in the van. She says, no. He says, get the fuck in the van. That's watch the court. They even say fucking court. Twice. So she books it. He is chasing her in broad daylight down the damn road to abduct her. And she's running and she's running and she goes to a friend's house, bangs on the door. No one answers because she got cut off. And so she couldn't go to her friend's house. That no answer. So she's booking it. Thankfully, she comes to a school, and in the back of the school, there's a playground. And so she goes and she gets up in the slide and she puts her hands out and her feet out and she just sticks, dude, like a damn spider. She just sticks. And he's screaming. And he is like, I'll find you, you little bitch. Where are you? All this shit. And she is just in fear of her life. And so she waits until that van pulls away. And waits a little bit longer just to make sure that he ain't trying to pull no sneaky shit. She gets out of that slide and she runs to her sister's friend's house, where she gets her parents, obviously. Then, what do you know? She looks out her living room window. There's the fucking van. Shit you not. There is the van. So you know what that means? He knew where she lived. Well, her and her mom chase him down. Mom gets his license plate. They pull up next to each other. She says if looks could kill, trash bag would have killed her right then and there. So that he gets arrested. He goes to jail. Whatever. And he does try to, before killing Cherish, he does try to check himself into a mental facility. And they're like, no, sorry, you don't meet the criteria. So in a lot of ways, yes. And he, like I said, and he, at one point in time, he even tried to lure a child out of her home by trying to be a social worker, pretending to be a social worker. Like, and there was the only people who testified for this man were doctors and his son. And I am so sorry, but if I was his son, I would feel ashamed of the things I said. Talking about how I deserve this relationship with him and all this BS when this man viciously raped and sodomized an 8-year-old child. And then is caught 2 years later talking to another inmate in between the vents, looking at children who are coming in for a tour, 12-year-old children, comparing that little girl's rear end to Cherish's rear end. It's disgusting. And when he went to get help, he was given a pamphlet on not to be a child molester. I don't think he read it. He also had been given a plan that he was going to do counseling. He was going to get a shot that lowered his sex drive. He was going to turn himself into a vegetable. He has been very open about his feelings for young children, prepubescent girls, I think is the word. I don't know if I said that right. But anyway, he has said in multiple different ways his actions that he has a problem. And the only people who testify are doctors, and they want to say that he has part of his brain missing, which I mean, he did. There was CAT scans and whatever. No one knows why. And then they're like, oh, maybe it's because he was a 8-pound baby. He was premature. That's really not premature. I mean, you're little, but you ain't that fucking little. And my friend, when she was born, she was 4 pounds. That's a fucking premature baby. So then they're like, oh, well, his mom had him at a young age and her family was well-to-do and wanted to adopt him because she did a bad job and he didn't know that he had a dad. Well, then you're retarded if you can't figure out that you have a mom and a dad. Like some 2 people made you. Even sweet baby people who are adopted by them lovely same-sex couples, they know a man and a woman made them. Ugh, trash bag. The trashiest of the trashiest bags. And then they want to sit there and say that he had a cocaine problem. And he was, oh God. And the one guy gets up there and he is like, he said that he went into the bathroom at the Walmart and smoked his crack and burnt his leg with the crack pipe or whatever. You never once see that fucker go into a bathroom on that surveillance video. You do see him take Cherish to the fitting rooms 2 times. And no impulse control because he has a fucked up brain. Are you kidding me? If you didn't have impulse control, you would have fondled, molested, done something to her when you got her away from her mom the first time. And he was obsessed with her. From the Dollar General. Like the minute he caught that little 8-year-old girl, you can watch the videos yourself. He's fixated on her. He knew what he was going to do. And then you find out in court that at the Walmart, they pull up to this family has no idea who the hell these people are. He pulls up to a random ass silver gold car or whatever his wife's car was and says, "We're going for cheeseburgers, follow us." Like, he had a plan. And none of these doctors, okay, they want to sit up there and they're just really trying to stop this guy from getting lethal injection or whatever, getting killed by the state of Florida. And they're going to get up there and be like, no, all of these things is this is what led up to him having this. But none of these doctors, no one asked this man, what did you do when you guys got in that van? I mean, it's obvious eventually what did happen. But like I said, there wasn't even an Amber Alert put out for 5 hours. He had her a whole night. No one asked? All of these doctors, counselors, bullshit asked. They just took his word on all his little, oh, this happened to me. My mommy was a sexual whatever. She only cared about pleasing her husbands. And his mom, I can't even. Like, they're like, oh, she enables him. She pays his drug dealers for his cocaine. All this shit. Like, ugh. Just horrible. And like I've seen and I've also had people offer to give my children money for candy, or if I tell my kids no, they want to be the person who buys it. And it's still a solid fucking no, bro. Like, it's a no. And this takes me back a while ago here in Idaho Falls. There was a couple instances there's two Walmart. We have two Walmarts here. We have one in Ammon and one in Idaho Falls. And Ammon is literally 2.5 seconds. Not even. It is Idaho Falls. It's like we're divided by a road. So the Idaho Falls store one day was having a bunch of shady shit. There was like one mom had her kids in the car and she had like turned to get something, and a creepy lady was like grabbing her car and moving it away from her, like with her children. And then there was like another creepy old guy who was like super nice. And I remember one of my friends got on Facebook and made an ass out of herself because she did this whole, you know what? Something crazy happened today. We went to the store. There was an old guy who talked to my daughter. What do you know? He wasn't a perv. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. He was just a nice old man trying to talk to my daughter. And yes, there are people out there who are nice. We can conversate. That's fine. You want to have a conversation with my daughter? Cool. I'm going to be a part of it. I'm going to be there. But where in any handbook does it say that you have to be nice and let some stranger buy your kid something? Go with them to get your kid something. You know what I mean? Like, no. So yeah, a lot of this, I'm sorry. And you watch the surveillance videos, and I don't want to say that this mom wasn't being a good mom. But she was making very poor choices at that point in time. This is a man you don't know, and you turned your back on your children and this man on more than one occasion. You let your kids run around the store. And you did not pay attention. And yeah, there's going to be some of you that are sitting there and you're like, oh, but Jean-Marie, we're shopping. If you cannot watch your children and shop at the same time, don't take your children. If you cannot tell your children before you go into a store, stay with me and do not leave me, and follow through with that, that is on you as a mom. It is your job to watch your children. And she says, well, there was Walmart employees and other people. Girl, that ain't my job. I get paid to stock the shelf. I don't get paid to babysit your damn kid. And even when I work during the days, there's parents who are like, oh, Kate, stay here in the toys. I'll be back. You better hope to God that when you go back, your kid is there. And some weird old trash bag piece of shit didn't walk up and convince them that you sent after them or something else and took them. And don't sit here and say, my kid would never leave. That's what Cherish's mom said too. I knew that she would never leave the store with him. She walks out of that store next to him, side by side. Walked out of that store. Not a fight, not a struggle. Got into the van on her own and everything else. So obviously he was able to say something that made her think that it was safe to get in that vehicle. This blew my mind. I understand accepting the help. Okay, we could have been at the Dollar General, gotten the dress, been like, thank you, sir. Bye. Gotta go. Or even when you get to the Walmart. Sure, bro. Why are you letting your kids leave? I don't give two shits where the McDonald's is. I could have been standing next to it. It's a group activity, bro. We all going. And like the fact, like this is usually a pedophile's dream, to find a parent who is so, neglectful. He could have preyed off of this family for years. He really honestly could have. I honestly think if he would have helped this mom at the very beginning, truly given her that $150 gift card, we exchanged phone numbers. Oh, bro, Don's gonna become the best friend. I'm not even kidding you. So the fact that this man was just so vicious and evil and disgusting and gross. And then you want to sit there and say, oh, he's coked out. Oh, he has half his brain missing. Oh, we can't kill him. What do you do with your dog when your dog turns vicious and bites your children? Or attacks another person's child? What do most places do? Not even you as a person. Most places, departments, whatever it is, we euthanize that dog, right? You bite once, you're going to bite again. But no, they kept letting this disgusting trash bag out and out and out and out. That 13-year-old girl testified in court like she was a 13-year-old girl and she was a grown-ass adult. It had been like 2 fucking decades. And she still is terrified. Oh, God. And then they take away Cherish's sisters from the mom. The state of Florida does. Thank God. And they get to go be adopted and live in Australia with their aunt and their sister, who they never got to meet. The aunt and the mom and the grandma, and everybody said that this mom, her family, said the minute we found out that she had Cherish, we were all terrified. And even the daughter said, I am glad my mother left me because I would have been Cherish. That would have happened to me. And it just blows my mind. Like, I don't even, like, the events. Like, and when I first saw this, I was watching HLM, and it was Shopping with a Killer. And I was dumbfounded. As a mom, even when I wasn't a mom. Common sense, dude. Yeah, there are good people out there in the world, but if it sounds too good, it's too fucking good. Ugh. And now this poor little baby girl has to be the example. And it's just devastating. It's horrible. And I cannot wait till the day that they put Mr. Don Smith, when the state of Florida does justice and kills this person. And then you want to say another thing before we end here. His lawyers want to get up there and be like, jury, you cannot put this man in prison. Do you know what happens to men like him in prison? He's already been raped 3 times in prison. A previous times gone to prison for child sex crimes. Well, guess what, motherfucker? If you don't want to get raped, don't pedophile children. You should have learned from the first time, but you didn't. Why in the world do these people keep getting let out? And here in Idaho, it is one of the biggest problems we have is we let sex offenders and all of that type of stuff, we let you off with a smack on the hand. We do. Idaho does not care about their children. I will say that right now. That is how I feel. And I will feel that way until things are changing. But right now, you will just get a slap on the hand. You can get pulled over and have 2 bags of weed on your person. Oh, bro, you're going to jail. Trust and believe, you're going to prison. And when you get your paperwork back, the weight of that, the street value, and everything else is shit. 2 sheets to the wind, bro. Okay, you got a bag, that's 3.5. You get your paperwork, you had an ounce, and it was worth $400, $500, $600. No, it wasn't. You crooked ass cops. That's what we got here. But yet here you can go and lately in the news, lately there's been, off the top of my head, 5 different sex crimes against children, and these people have gotten probation, have gotten 9 months in a jail program. And then you get on the news the next morning and they're like, hey, some guy down the street had some crack and 2 bags of weed in a joint. Don't worry, Idaho. We locked him up. You're safe. You are safe. Go on. Go be safe. That's where I live. And it just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. And I understand. And there's going to be those people. And even my friend, when she hears this and she goes, oh my God, that's me. Yeah, dude, I think you're fucking dumb. No person needs to be talking to your children without you being there the entire time. Especially not some person we just met 30, 20 an hour ago. Ugh. I've literally been stuck on this for like a week now. I can only watch it while I'm at work because I cannot watch and listen to that horribleness when I'm around my children, because then I just want to hug them and smother them with love, because I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine. And like, I don't know, people are going to be like, you were kind of mean about the mom. It's my opinion. And if you truly want to get so upset, go and watch at least the surveillance videos. Go on YouTube, type in Dawn Smith or Cherish Perrywinkle. Any one of them, it'll pop it up. And you watch her and tell me that mom was watching her surroundings and paying attention around a man she just met. We don't even know if his fucking real name was Don. That could have been, his real name was Donald, girl. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know him. Ugh, God, I've never been so angry. And maybe it is because of the stuff that's happening in my own state. And so it's like, I'm just like right at this point in time, very angry about it. But it's just disgusting. And it takes sweet, innocent little children being murdered, raped, sodomized, and everything else for a state to wake up and go, oh yeah, bro, your problem was bad. No, dude. Once a biter, always a biter, bro. Once you have that sickness in your head where you look at a child in a sexually arousing way, you need to be put out. It's done. We're done. We need to put them, if we don't want to kill them, that's fine. But we need like an island or somewhere that none of us people who love and protect our children and don't want to do harm to children have to worry about these sick fucks. And they can just go do whatever little pedophiles do in a group together by themselves. It's just too much. So I am thankful that those babies got taken and got given to their aunt and adopted by their aunt and now get to live in Australia with their sister and their family. And I don't like that her mother is obviously dealing with a bunch of pain and sorrow and having to deal with the death of your child, especially when you could have been the one who stopped the whole thing and everything else. And I'm not saying that to be rude, but literally, we just went through everything else, okay? I don't need to explain it to you again. Do your job as a parent in this case, okay? I am not talking about other cases or anything else. Right now, I am talking about Donald Smith and the murder he did against Cherish, an 8-year-old girl. It's absolutely horrid. Absolutely horrible. Ugh. Let me know what you guys think, really. I mean, I know you guys are going to be like, oh, you're a dick, you're an ass, you're a bitch. I am. but I'm also real. And if you listen, if you want to, there's even a clip on YouTube of just the medical examiner. And if you want to, go ahead and go listen to that. Even she had to stop her testimony and take a break because it is that horrible. Watch your children, especially in a Walmart. You don't know a damn soul in that place. They may look nice. You don't know. Don't trust a soul. Absolutely horrible. Ugh. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Hopefully you guys have a good day and whatnot have you. I love you. I miss you. And let's keep going. Bye, guys.